Hi, my name is Peter Rudale and you're watching Energy and Work. Today I want to talk about procrastination because it's human, it's normal and it's omnipresent. Procrastination. Why do we procrastinate? Why do we tend to push to the future what is actually important and should be done? Well, as sociologists and psychologists are pointing to, it's about the gap that there is between effort and outcome. And since we really crave immediate gratification, and if we don't have the outlook to get immediate gratification, we procrastinate. If the gap is like, you need to do that now, and then only in a week time you will see success, you will procrastinate, you will do it later. Which means you will never do it, most likely. And so there's a few tricks how to overcome this and how to build solid habits about this. And that's why I'm bringing up procrastination here on the channel. So one interesting experiment that was done in the past was Roy Baumeister, an American scientist. He took two groups and he said to them, he put them in the same scenario, in a room where there was like chocolate biscuits and some carrot sticks, and also for the other group. And one group he told, you can eat all you want of either carrots or biscuits, and the other one he said, you are not allowed to eat the biscuits only, but you can have all the carrots you want. And so afterwards, he left them in the room for 30 minutes, and afterwards he asked them to solve a very, very complicated math assignment. And what he saw was that the group who had to restrain themselves from not eating the biscuits, they gave up a lot faster than the other group who had not had to do this. And this shows us, and this showed Roy Baumeister, that self-control is like a battery. It takes energy to maintain self-control, not to eat the biscuits, and then we don't have that battery power is empty later on when we then have to solve a difficult task. And that's something that is knowledge that is helpful to us in business and in personal life and private life, in education or in skill training, whatever we are focusing on, what habit we want to build. So how do we then overcome this? How do we then focus on recharging our batteries? In one of his books, Rolf Dobelli shares a very, very interesting example about a friend of his who's writing her PhD. And the way she does it, and I think it's very simple and we can all do this, is she wanted to write her PhD book or paper in 3 months. So what she did was, 1, she rented a small room with no internet or no phone, i.e. she had no distractions at all. 2, she set up 3 very clearly defined timelines. By this day I want to have part 1 done, by this date part 2, by this day part 3. And then here comes the genius part. She took her timelines and transformed it into something public. She printed it on her business cards. She shared with everyone what she wanted, by when she wanted to have which parts done of her PhD. So she was more committed to it because now she had told everybody. And the last thing she did was she worked 8 to 5, and then in the evening she just slept in. She read beauty magazines, had her feet up, recharging her battery so she would have that next day to not start procrastinating, which she couldn't because she had no distractions in that tiny apartment she had rented, no phone, no internet. So I hope it gives you some inspiration. Give it a try if you find that procrastination is a challenge, and stick with it.